Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I am good. Still in El Salvador, freezing El Salvador. I know it's only I don't know, maybe 16 degrees Celsius or maybe 15, 60 something Fahrenheit, but it's freaking cold. That's not why we come to El Salvador.
Yeah, and you're probably not packed for it. You haven't got anything.
No,
At
this
all
is
to
all I
wear.
got. No.
It's going to be -6 here in Japan on the weekend and potentially snowing at my house, which is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a quick show today. Tone did an old-fashioned show yesterday, didn't you? An hour long. But we're going to get into it now. Quickly, I just missed this trade. Look, this bugs me so much. Look at that. How far off was that from entering my short here? Like
Oh, wow.
90. Oh, man, it's like
Wow.
95, 88, and I would be in huge profit right now. These are 75x leverage trades.
That's a 5-minute candle?
Yeah.
Oh, so you literally missed it by like 10 minutes ago by like $3.
Yeah. Not $3. 3 cents.
Oh, this isn't Bitcoin. This is some shitcoin.
Solana. Yeah, Solana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that sucks.
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyway.
no, but 3 cents in Solana is like $5 in Bitcoin, right? Like if you scale it properly.
Yeah. Like that. Same jazz.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's very, very frustrating. Anyway, that's really annoying me. All right, but that's neither here nor there. Bitcoin is continually crashing, and that's why I went so heavy long on short, I should say, on Solana, even though I didn't get it. It's actually really easy trading right now, Solana, believe it or not, because you just look at like a 4-hour time frame of Bitcoin, do your analysis on which way you think it's going to go, especially when we like retrace back up and touch on one of these 7 simple moving averages on the 4-hour time frame and get rejected like we always do in a downwards trend, just getting rejected once after another on all these moving averages. You can see reject. Makes it very easy to trade on Solana, believe it or not. But look, that is what it is. Last night's low came in very low. It's at about 73,000. It had a green diamond little spike there, but again, I don't trust green diamonds in red waves. We probably really close now. Yeah, we are. This is what I spoke about when we had that first 3-day green diamond on Bitcoin months ago, right? This is a 3-day chart. That was a really good time to buy. And then I really, there was a definite rally. That was the low, basically the low of that channel until that line broke that at 86,800, which we both, called out on the show. And now we've got a second green diamond, bang on the acceleration zone on the MRI. Okay, so I always expected a second green diamond. I said that 100 times. I said, look, maybe this is it. I admitted like maybe I'm wrong and just we got one green diamond and that was it. But I always thought we were going to get lower and get another 3-day green diamond. So we have done that now. It's not printed yet, but in a day and a half it will be. And I'm still very, very, very much on the hunt for a weekly green diamond, which of course hasn't come in yet, but I still strongly believe we'll get it. If not this week, maybe next week. Who knows? Doesn't matter when. Coming back to you in the studio now, Tone.
Wait. Before you do, do you prefer a second green diamond on the 3-day as you showed, or a single green diamond on the weekly, which I'm assuming we're close to?
We are close to. Nothing is greater for me on Bitcoin than a weekly green diamond. I always say the 3-day green diamond is very good. And I use 3-day green diamonds when I tell people, when I talk to people who are like DCA monsters, they're like, oh, I got a DCA every single week. I always say, don't do that. Don't do that. It's emphatically don't do that. But just save your money that you would have bought in and DCA once every 4 years off a 3-day green diamond. And then again, off another 3-day green diamond, because that is just a better way to DCA. Like you're going to, on the previous bull market, what are you going to DCA in every single week? Or you could DCA in off, that's just a weekly, but the 3 days, the same point. You can DCA, start your DCA process off the green diamonds on the weekly time frame. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you my point. But the weekly green diamond is the pinnacle. See, even back here, look. I said this. Actually, I said this in a previous show. That green diamond, that we had in the
Oh man,
past.
what was that? The first 3-day green diamond in 2022 and three? Wow, I
Yeah,
would have
and I
expected it to be a little earlier than that.
and I said about a month ago that I think this looks very similar to this what we're in right now. I said that,
Hmm.
and I'm expecting a second green diamond. I remember exactly. I'll probably find the show. I'm expecting a second green diamond, to break when we finally break
Yeah,
down, and that's
and
what we did.
and
Nice, eh?
stay there, stay there. Like,
Yeah,
look at the weekly and monthly MRIs on that. You see the W's and the
yeah,
M. Look how
yeah,
great they were.
yeah. I mean, they were, and like finally on this one of these candles here, maybe that candle right there, I'm assuming was the weekly green diamond, the eventual bottom. Now the price did go slightly lower, but not much lower. Like if you're complaining about that not being the bottom, but that being the bottom, you know, no one
Yeah,
bats a
yeah,
thousand.
but there was a crazy catalyst that caused that,
Yeah,
and
FTX. That was FTX.
FTX. Yeah, and like going back in time,
Mm,
like in hindsight, that's all FTX did.
mm,
Like the market was at such lows. Like imagine if FTX happened like a year earlier.
mm, yeah, yeah. It would have. Well, I mean, ultimately that happened anyway. But I mean, I was shouting
Like
that out.
there just wasn't. What I'm saying is, when FTX occurred,
Mm,
there was just like there was nobody else left to sell.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. I think that we'll look back on this green diamond here, which is very similar. Look at this. I'll show you something else that you'll might recognize. Go back to the 3-day time frame. Um, this is back to when Tone you made that famous call. Uh, 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 uh. Look, we only had one 3-day green diamond there. Do you know?
Hmm.
But and then the weekly came in on a few weeks later, but on the same zone. So they are near to each other, obviously, but it's the same jazz. We consolidated for a long time. We had the final push down. If there was another green diamond up here before we dropped, I would say it's just history repeating all over again. The reason I really like the green diamond is because it got the bear, the black swan event where the weekly didn't. It was on the weekly candle had a green diamond on that candle there, but it didn't print because the candle closed too high. But I saw the weekly green diamond come in the 3000s. I just really, I know, I just say the same thing. I told you I just a one trick pony, but it's a pretty good trick, right? And it's been good, very very good. So don't sleep on it. I've been saying it for months. Don't sleep on it, eh? Coming
Yeah,
back to you in the studio.
and this 3-day green diamond can still
Mm.
go away. You still have a day and a half for the candle to recover.
Yeah, sure can. I mean, that means next week's eligible for it again, and it's just the vibe, right? Like the vibe. It's not a buy signal. Like you don't just program a bot to just buy on the green diamonds, but it's like on the green diamond or below the green diamond is the same thing for me. It's a signal of like now you can start your DCA because
Right,
now it's we're in the good zone. It's don't just think
right.
of it as like a dot. That it's a buy.
Yep.
All right, look at this. I want this trade to look at this. Look at this. Bargain me, man. That would have been thousands of dollars. I might now. I have to make a decision. Do I just cancel this trade off? Do I just leave it in the books? Because if we rally up here, I don't see that as being as good an entry. If we rally, because then that's been a bounce. Now I'd probably want to make it higher. And do I lower it down to here and try and catch 94.7? This is the stuff I have to think about. I don't want to put it down at current price. I think that I missed that move. So we'll see. I'll make that decision maybe by the end of the show, and I'll let you know by the end what I do. Come back to you in the studio, mate. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Join the Discord group. As I said, I'm going to be making all my trades. You can just click and follow trade. What is called a follow a trade. So if you stick a trade in yourself, you're welcome just to piggyback off my trades. All of that'll be announced in the Discord group. It's all there for you to see. We've had a great promotion, not a promotion, it's an opportunity for you, which is what I'm doing here. You can trade the same way I am, very much risk free, or basically risk free, by hedging. All that you can learn inside the Discord group. Please take advantage of that. Tone, I'm sick of talking. It's supposed to be a quick show, man.
All right, let's jump over to, oh, no, I put on your charts, not my charts. Here we go. Let's jump over to my charts. Before I forget, someone asked me about the MRI consolidation on the S&P monthly. Let me just glance at that real quick. I haven't looked at S&P monthly in a long time. I actually didn't realize that we had a monthly MRI top. But here we are, monthly MRI top. February is the topping month. And it is an MRI top in consolidation. MRI tops in consolidation are bullish to me. You can have a pause in the bullish action. You could pull back a smidge. But when I see MRI tops in consolidation, I treat them the way this last MRI top was treated. Now, if you look, we had see this MRI top here. Well, we can go back even further, right? So here is an MRI top in monthly. This is February of 2021. This MRI top is not in consolidation. This is an MRI top off of a crazy bull run, and it's a reversal candle that will have a negative tone-based volume if there was a tone-based volume on this chart, but there isn't. And this is the type of MRI I'm actually treating as a reversal type. Like I'm expecting the S&P to pull back off of this candle. Now, what happened? S&P did not pull back off this candle. So when do I go against my view? So when this candle happens, I'm expecting S&P to pull back, potentially pull back significantly. But that can happen on current candle or the following candle. The following candle did not do it. So now I am becoming bullish with the green star candle. But because I expected this MRI to significantly pull the market back, what do you think I'm thinking on the following second consecutive MRI top? Now I am doubling down on the pullback, especially when the second consecutive MRI top also happens literally at the top and not in consolidation, and with the reversal candle, and at the top of a freaking channel resistance. So everything aligned for the second MRI top. We did go all the way down and perfectly bounced off of a monthly MRI buy at the bottom of the channel. Now, again, this time around, my MRI top did create a proper pullback as I would have expected. The following MRI top is again happening in an exponential rise. Not exponential rise, but at the top of the market. So I am expecting this MRI to pull back. And you see, we kind of did pull back. This was a pretty crazy month where the MRI did pull back. It's just that by the end of the month, we rallied back up. And yes, I am going to be bullish at the end of this green star candle. And then Trump becomes president and starts with the tariffs. And remember, this is when I was going crazy on cursing out Trump for crashing the market with his crazy tariffs. And after he walked back the tariffs on China, the market significantly rebounded from a perfect point of the pullback, horizontal, the channel, everything. However, this MRI top is in consolidation. And I do not treat MRI tops in consolidation as scary. I treat these MRI tops as consolidation ready for more upside. So I am not anticipating a big pullback. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but I am a lot more bullish on this MRI top monthly than I am on any other MRI top monthly that you've seen so far going back to 2020. Does that clear it up a bit?
Yeah, that's terrific, I reckon. And I always have heard you say that, and I agree.
Okay, not much to say on the Bitcoin chart. We are going back down to $75,000. I did talk about the price of Bitcoin a little bit yesterday. Here is the weekly chart of the S&P. The weekly chart is calling for significant downside into the $60,000 mark, hence the title of this video. The weekly chart is saying 60,000 is likely. The daily chart is saying that 71, 72,000 is potentially a significant enough low for a proper bounce back up. So, I mean, the MRI buy is coming on Friday. It's coming into the weekend. Weekends tend to be a little bit more bearish, in my opinion. So let's see how low we go by Friday. I think that if we crash into 71 into Friday, I think that is a buy the dip situation, but not the 2020 buy the dip. Let's put it that way. So if I go back to the weekly chart, only because it's easier for me to look at. So if we crash into 71 right here, I do believe it is a buy the dip, but it's not this kind of buy the dip. This, as I said in real time, was going to be the buy of the decade. And this happened in 2023. This was the 2023 buy. And prior to this, my other screaming buy of the decade was back here off of the COVID crash. So this one, I missed it by a bit. This one, I was buying the breakout. See, that's the difference, right? Like sometimes you recognize the falling knife and you buy the perfect dip. And sometimes you can be cautious on catching the falling knife, but there's nothing wrong with buying right here off of this triangle breakout and your phantom candle. Now, for me, I was actually a bull here. The reason I couldn't be a bull here is because I had a conflict with the MRI top. That's why I could not be a bull buying the MRI top weekly candle, but I can be a bull on a green star. It's the same thing. You know, now that Bitcoin is sitting at 75,000 and it was sitting over 100,000, does it really matter if you bought at 4,000 or at 5,000? It doesn't matter at all, right? At the time, people were going crazy about how I missed the bull market. So
I remember very well in that exact time.
yeah.
I was watching a lot of Tyler Jenks as well, of course, on a daily basis as much as I could. And this is when I after his passing and when I built Alpha, the indicator, it was basically just to represent Tyler's work in like moving average crosses and like, you know, Copic curves and things like of that nature. But I added the green diamonds, which he would have never have approved of. Never have approved of. He would have agreed with what you said. He'd rather get in at 6,000. You know, and I remember he wasn't in at 5,000.
He did get in at 6,000, right? So
Yeah. But he wasn't in at 4,000 or 5 or 3.
No.
You know?
No, I was back bullish at around 5 to 5.5. I was bullish here with the green star candle. Tyler went bullish somewhere on the following week once we started breaking above 6. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because if you don't have the signal, see, you have your green diamond right here. Okay. I didn't have the signal. I got the signal here at 4, but I had a conflict with the MRI, right? If I didn't have the MRI, I would have been bullish with your phantom candle without the phantom candle part, right? Because like this is my one of my things, one of my big patterns. And here's your MRI top in consolidation. That is not scary to me. Even with a reversal candle, this is not a scary MRI top to me. This is a scarier MRI top to me, anticipating a pullback, and that pullback gets negated with a green star candle, even though that was an extension C. So that's kind of how I go about the world trading with TA. So I don't, okay, so the point is, while I do see 71 as an MRI buy, I do not believe that this MRI buy is going to break above 90. And if it does, that's when I become long-term bullish versus short to intermediate term bullish. Okay, that's pretty much it. Is this the short? This is the daily. Okay, so the daily's been explained. Oh, that's a bad hour. Jesus Christ. 10 a.m. reversal, maybe in 1 hour. So in yesterday's video, I started yesterday's video right here at the low. And throughout my whole hour video, all we kept doing was rally, rally, rally. And all I kept saying, who cares? And here we are challenging these lows once again. Now we have a chance. If we don't go much lower, and actually let me do one of these. If over the next 24 hours, we do this, if we do this over the next 24 hours, it's cool. I mean, we can break out. I'm not expecting this, but, and also the market's about to open in 30 minutes, so all kinds of crazy is gonna happen. Most likely, I think we're gonna make a new low. Most likely, I think we're gonna go to 71.
I think that you're swimming against the tide if you're trying to pick a bottom here, like today, now. Do you know, like that? Reflect on what Tone said and what I said about Tyler a minute ago. I don't think there's a washout. I don't think there's been enough pain. Honestly, I don't think there's been enough pain. I think there's one leg lower, if not more legs lower, months and months of legs lower. And if it recovers from here and I'm dead wrong, then I will take the advice that Tone just mentioned and buy into confidence, right?
Yep. And I am really watching, classic bubble chart, right? I am really watching this right here. This famous, bubble chart where we're right here, return to normal. Like, how do you not? How do you look at gold and not see that, right? Like, like how does anyone look at the chart of gold? Let me make it even easier for you. And let me drop everything. And let me make this like super thick. Like, and blue is probably a bad color. And I can't really eliminate those, right? Because I have blue on blue. Like, how do you look at this chart? And like, how do you look at this? I'm on daily now. How do you look at this and not see this? Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. Well, not about this. Maybe other things.
Yeah. So, man, I know I missed the top, but shit, if silver rallies to 100 and starts to reverse, and it gives me like half a day to realize that it's reversing so I can enter the short trade and not like reverse in 3 seconds for like 25%. That I may still get another chance to actually short it and watch silver go. I mean, it can go back to 50. I mean, that seems like a reasonable spot. I gotta look at historical. Yeah, I think 50 is reasonable.
Where does the money go? Where are they going to put the money?
Nowhere. You know how hard it is to like move silver. Well,
Mm.
like people realize, like once you buy precious metals, once you buy physical precious metals, you actually don't know what to do with them, right? If you own gold and silver coins or bars, you realize that selling them, you're gonna lose like 10% on selling them, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a one-way street. It's so once you buy the physical, you're kind of stuck with it. There's really not much. There's really nothing you can do with it. Like getting out of your physical coins is like you're just gonna sit on them, right? You're gonna hopefully silver goes back above 120 sometime in your life. Uh, I believe that it will, but I mean, again, we can go back to history, right? Um, I mean, silver hit $50 in 1980, and then it hit $50 again in 2011. So that's what, 31 years? And then it finally broke $50 in 2025. So that's 45 years. So if you happen to buy silver, if you pick a bad time to buy your silver, you had to wait 45 years for it to be profitable. That's not it. That's not factoring in 45 years of inflation, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And opportunity cost as well. If you had just stuck it in IBM or something, so anything else, Apple,
Right.
whatever,
Right.
that's the
So
real cost.
So I'm personally surprised we broke out over 50 without, a pullback to say 30 first. Like I didn't think 50 was going to be broken until like 2031, 2032. I thought that 50 would be the top. We would then spend a few years going back down to 30 and then going back up to 50, and then we would break it, right? So now that we broke it and established a new high just above 100, I don't know, it can take another 20 years to break it. Like, it can also break it next week. Like, we don't know. But I think it's going to take longer to break it than people think. Maybe it'll take 5 years. Maybe it'll take 2 years. But people think it's going to get broken next week, right? And I don't. It can, but I don't think it will.
Yeah, and I think even sorry, I got to sneeze.
Okay.
It's the same point. If it does break that mark and go put a new all time high in, your point I think is still valid for when it eventually does do its decade long crash. Do you know what I mean? Like that's whatever price it puts in. If it's 200, whatever, then I agree with you. It's not sustainable. It's coming down.
So let me go. So this is silver. So what someone is trying to figure out, where would you short it? So I would actually use the Fibonacci's again, right? So, wow, look at the Fibonacci. We fell right into a Fibonacci line. Which line is that? That is, shit, what are my lines? We fell right into this 61%. So we did kind of cross it on each. I would use the Fibonacci's again. So I would use this as a top Fibonacci, and this is a bottom Fibonacci. And I think right here, 102 and a half. 102 and a half, you can also use the closing of the candle. We're on a daily chart. That is 105. Somewhere between 95 and 105. Somewhere around 100, I think, is good. Hopefully next week. I hate shorting into the weekend, but yeah, we're gonna try to keep an eye on that. Okay, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done.
Come,
I gotta head out anyway. I'll be busy the rest of the week, and Matt, I might come to Asia in March. Maybe Japan's in the cards.
I'm waiting for you, mate.
Are you still coming to the US in March, or you have no idea? We're still live, by the way.
First week of April, I reckon. But it's not confirmed yet. I something's off here. Oh, I'm logged out. That's why I'm like, why? Where are all my fucking trades? But it's because I'm logged out. So
Well,
I
don't
won't
log
do
in
that.
on camera, dude.
No. But I was
know?
like freaking out because I could see him on my phone here. I actually did try and amend the. I canceled all those trades I had. I mean, people won't even believe me if I say if off air, but I'm not in the trade, right? I changed it, so I was short, sorry, from like up there, 96 or something like that, and I canceled it and put it back in right there at 94.55 or something like that, and in 94.55, and it came right up and didn't just missed it again, and now it's dropping again. I think I'm just gonna have to admit I was just trying to be a bit greedy on this trade, and, trying to penny pinch. Should have just got in.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so the people in the live chat are confirming that when they go and try to sell their physical metals, no one is
yeah,
going to pay them spot. Like, yeah,
yeah,
but like,
it's it
right? Look,
market value.
you have to realize that when you buy physical gold and silver, you are buying it to pass it down to your kids, because buying physical gold and silver for speculation is insane, because you're going to lose all of your profits in trying to move out of that physical gold and silver. So when you buy physical gold and silver, you're buying it for the long term. This is a 30-year investment, probably passing it on to your kids. Okay, and there's one more comment I want to show, which I don't really understand. Yeah, I don't really. We'll look at the Swiss franc next time. They're just not important. So here, moronic, did tariffs end the world yet, did they? Tariffs were never going to end the world. Tariffs would hurt the US economy and the US stock market, which is why every time Trump went crazy in attempting to make tariffs, he was forced by the market to put his tail between his legs and make up a reason as to why he's going to be lenient to these countries he's trying to tariff. And the only tariff that actually matters is China. And the other tariffs that kind of matter are other BRICS nations, right? So those are the only tariffs that matter. Tariffs on Europe do not matter. They're irrelevant. So the China tariff completely got removed, okay? The India tariff and the Brazil tariff had carve-outs for anything useful that US is actually buying from India and Brazil were excluded, okay? So basically, no, they were never going to end the world, but the investors and the stock market shows you what they think every time Trump tries to put a tariff in, and then he has to roll it back because the markets are crashing. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what I said. And I can't predict what Trump is going to say the following day, but when he says he's going to put 100% tariff on China, the market crashes. And I go apeshit on these videos, and then I say, when the market falls enough, he's going to roll it back, and he always does. Okay. Anyway, you guys get the point. All right, that's it. I'm going to shut this down.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.